Yes, your biological heart is doing more than you may have imagined. In recent years, neurocardiologists have made an exciting discovery. They found that the heart has its own independent nervous system. This complex system is referred to as the brain in the heart. It sends signals to the brain that are transmitted to the amygdala, the emotional processing center, to the thalamus, which synchronizes our cortical functions and affect our higher brain centers that are responsible for clarity of thought and decision-making. The brain also sends signals to the heart, mostly to raise or lower our heart rate. But when researchers look at the information traffic in the body, it's clearly seen that the heart sends a lot more information to the brain than it receives. Brain function is critically dependent on this information. Heart and brain are in constant communication. The heart is doing most of the talking. Here's another interesting scientific fact. The heart is an electrical organ, producing by far the strongest source of rhythmic bioelectricity. This energy goes to every cell in your body. Your heart produces enough electrical energy to create a magnetic field surrounding your body in 360 degrees, extending beyond the skin out into space, measurable about 3 feet outside your body.
Magnetic fields contain information. We imprint our own magnetic field through what we're actually feeling, the emotions that we're feeling. But then it gets even more interesting. It's like, magnetic fields relate to one another. They exchange information. So how is my field affecting your field right now and your field affecting mine?
And a great analogy for this is cell phones. The way this works is our phone is generating an electromagnetic field in this case. And the magnetic field is carrying that information, or voice, right, or the photo, or the text message, whatever. So when I talk about the magnetic field of the heart, it's the same thing. So we can fairly easily measure that not only are we radiating these magnetic fields, but our nervous systems are tuned to these fields and receive information from others. So what this means is that there's a very real energetic or magnetic communication system going on between people all the time. And another part of the reason I think the understanding the energetic communication that goes on between people is so important is in miscommunication. One of the greatest sources of stress between people is when we might be saying one thing, but our field is saying something else. And that leaves them with a disconnect or a confusion, because our words said one thing, but we might have been sending another signal through our energetic system.
When our heart-brain-body communication is working well, we can enter a state of being in sync with ourselves, a state of higher coherence. So what is coherence, and why is this important? Coherence is a healthy, measurable state. The term refers to the cooperative alignment between heart, mind, and emotions. Higher coherence is good for us. It's a healthy state that regenerates us. It directly contributes to increased emotional balance, stability, access to intuition, and improved mental functions, such as the ability to focus, mental clarity, bigger picture thinking, memory, improved reaction times, and coordination. Coherence is often triggered by an experience of regenerative, uplifting emotions, like those long associated with the qualities of the heart, such as love, care, kindness, appreciation, and compassion. And it helps us generate more of these heart qualities. Coherence can be measured using technology that measures the beat-to-beat changes in the rhythmic beating patterns of the heart, like HeartMath's Inner Balance Trainer. This is called heart rate variability analysis. It's a measure of the naturally occurring beat-to-beat changes in heart rhythm. It serves as a critical method for gauging human health.
Coherence is a broad term in that it embraces many things, like synchronization, entrainment, a lot of other terms that we use in physics. But coherence always implies that the parts of a system, like within our body, for example, are communicating. There has to be communication, and that those subsystems, different parts of our body, are working together in a harmonious and energy efficient way.
Well, coherence is something that's called actually medically psychophysiological coherence, which means it's both physical and it's psychological. Physically, what's happening when we're in a high coherent state is all the major body systems are synchronized to an ordered rhythmic beating pattern of the heart. That's things like respiration, digestion, immune system response, hormonal response, and brain function. They all sync up. And when that happens, it's a very healthy state. And it's also a high performance state. All the systems are working together well. Less energy is being wasted. Reaction speed times improve. Visual field changes. All that happens when we get in this high coherent state.
So that improves not only our mental functions, but also our autonomic nervous system, which controls 90% of the body's involuntary functions, from hormonal to immune response, to how well we sleep, digestion. If we can get all those systems in sync or coherent, then we have better health, better wellness, as well as more clarity and better connections and feelings with ourselves and others.
So we can navigate through these stressful external situations with much greater ease and composure, so that what's happening in the outside doesn't cause us as much stress because our internal systems are in sync and coherent.
Now, here's the psychological part. Coherence is naturally triggered when we are experiencing a regenerative, uplifting emotion, like the qualities of the heart. When I'm more appreciative, I'm going to be naturally more coherent. When I'm being caring to someone rather than judging them, I'm going to be naturally more coherent.
It's really the body's natural resonant state. And love, care, compassion, these heart qualities are what are like oil for the system. They help create that state.
Stressful emotions create a chaotic heart rate variability pattern, lower coherence. Incoherent heart rhythms created by our emotional responses start to shut down some of our higher thinking capacities. This can cloud our judgment, ability to discern and make good choices. Sustained regenerative emotions create a smooth and ordered pattern which indicates high coherence. When people are feeling sincere, regenerative, heart-based emotions, such as love, appreciation, and compassion, their heart rhythm pattern naturally becomes more coherent. These coherent heart rhythms send signals to the brain that open up our higher brain functions. We get smarter. You see, your brain is a big winner when we're coherent. Practicing heart coherence for even a few minutes lifts your vibration, making it possible for your heart's intuition to inform your attitudes, discernments, and choices. You don't have to walk around in perfect coherence. The carryover effect gives you enough operational coherence to support balance, emotional poise, and flow in your day-to-day communications and activities. You can reboot using a heart coherence technique anytime your energy starts to drop during the day. Through this experience, you will learn how to shift from incoherence to coherence and gain better health, mental clarity, and the ability to feel better emotionally. It's not as hard as you might think.